right, everybody, so I picked up these ice pop molds from Amazon. This summer dessert collab is hosted by Valerie from Hargett Life. I'm going to put a link to her channel in my description box below, as well as a link to the playlist. So this is the first time that I'm opening this up, and I'm super excited because it looks like it comes with like a collapsible funnel here, which will be super handy. And then it comes with like a little mini, like what you would use for a bottle to clean it. So that makes me so excited. These are actually silicone, you guys. I'll hold my hand up here so you can kind of like see the size. I feel like they're a good size. They're a little bigger than my mom got when I was growing up from Tupperware. Do you guys remember those little plastic molds? And then these are the little sticks that come with it. I'm actually opening this up earlier in the month. I'm gonna make at least 3 or 4 recipes here. I haven't decided yet. All right, so editing Leslie had to pop in here, guys, because gosh, the road of intention, right? Like, so funny to me at the beginning of the month. I'm all like, I have a plan and I'm going to implement it. Wait till you see towards the end of this video how the month actually went with my popsicle planning. Okay, so the ingredients for the first one is a cup of Cool Whip, a ½ cup of milk, and a 1/4 cup of Nutella. Alright guys, so this is what it's going to look like when you get it all whisked together. It takes a little bit of time. It isn't like my arm was falling off though, but it was starting to, for real. Like it takes a little bit of time to whisk in the Nutella, but it looks like the same color of like Wendy's Frosty. You guys, look at how perfect this thing sits down in these molds. Like I am so excited that it came with a funnel, I can't even tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring this into each one.
These actually look like they might be good.
I'm making ones that are good.
What?
I don't want to make crap.
Well, at-home popsicles are usually crap.
I'm not making like when we were growing up. Remember?
Well, that's what I thought you were gonna.
Remember when we were growing up on Saturday morning? They did the like lemonade with the ice cube trays and the Saran wrap and the toothpicks.
Yes, I remember.
Although kids think that crap's pretty cool.
I thought it was good. But that's what I thought you were making. Is that like Kool-Aid and stuff?
Not even playing around with that. These are not Kool-Aid popsicles, you silly.
Well, when I saw this, I knew it wasn't
You should see the next
Kool-Aid,
recipe we've got going in a few days.
We've come a long way from Saran wrap and toothpicks, you have to admit.
All right, I'm going to make more, you guys. I'm doubling up this recipe. All right, guys, so you just go ahead and plop your little handle into each one. So I did make this batch twice, and that made 10 of this size popsicle, which is a really good size popsicle. Brady's filming and he goes, fudgesicle, not popsicle.
A frosticle?
It's like a, it does taste like a frosty because we, you know, we licked the batter.
It's a frosticle.
It's a frosticle. A frosticle, guys. So I'm going to go ahead, the directions say to put this in your freezer for at least 8 hours. I'm going to probably leave them in there overnight, and then the family's going to try them, and we're going to tell you what we think. All right, guys, I just pulled out my popsicle. Look at how cute it is. It's like a fudgesicle, actually. That's what I think.
Looks
Is that what
great.
you think?
I think so too.
All
I
right.
think it's like a Wendy's Frosted.
Yeah, it's got a Wendy's Frosty. Well, the batter did, but here, I'll try it really quick. Hold on.
Oh.
Frosty, but better actually.
Looks good.
This is super good, guys. Highly recommend this Fudgesicle recipe. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Okay, guys, so these last two popsicle recipes I'm gonna whip out really quickly at the same time. So the first thing that I'm doing here for our root beer float popsicles is I have a little bit of ice cream left in this container here. It's vanilla, and I need that to soften enough to pour, but I don't want it to be completely liquid, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna leave this out on my table here, and then I'm gonna get going on the Disney Dole Whip popsicles. I'm not sure if that's their official name. I've never had one. I don't live close to any Disney resorts, so I don't go that often, and it's also not my favorite thing to do. Don't come at me if it's yours. It's okay that it's yours and not mine. And so I've not tried them, but we're gonna go ahead and whip them up now. For our Dole Whip popsicles, we're gonna need a container of Cool Whip, the 8-ounce, some lime juice, some crushed pineapple, just a regular can, you guys. This is 20 ounces. And then we're gonna need some sugar. Okay, guys, so I'm adding my 8 ounces of Cool Whip into my bowl here. Make sure I get it all out. You guys, a spatula works so good with Cool Whip when you're getting it out of the container. Just a little tip. I've got some young people that watch me. All right, and then I'm adding my can of crushed pineapple, my 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then my lime I just cut in half. I'm going to add the juice of the whole thing. Here's my first half and my second half. That's being a little bit stubborn, but we're getting it. All right, guys, so I am just using my hand mixer. I have this really nifty whisk that goes with it. Some of them come with it, some of them don't, but I really like it. If you're wanting to buy a hand mixer, make sure it's one that has both the paddles and the whisk. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this together. So you guys, I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in or not. It just went everywhere. I should be having a bigger bowl. Oh my gosh, I cannot. If you guys knew the week I was having. All right, yeah, so probably use a bigger bowl than I did, and then you won't have it splatter all over your dining room table. Oh my word, look. Oh, the day I'm having. All right, guys, so I've got my little funnel here. I'm only gonna fill up half of these, and the rest I'm going to put in like a bowl or something because, you know, in true midlife and nailing it fashion, I waited to the last minute to do these last two. I've got to have the video up. I think it's by 8 a.m. I'm not even sure. I got to check, and I am on the day before, and I got to make sure these set up so I can show you what they look like. But anyways, I'm going to fill these. Looks like my funnel, this might not work. I'm going to have to get a spoon because it's so thick. Okay, guys, so I just grabbed a knife here, and if I just kind of help it down into the mold, it's working. So I'm going to roll with that method. You can, of course, get them into your popsicle, whatever, the best way you know how. This is what I came up with like 5 seconds ago. Alright, and then I'm going to just set these aside, get this in a bowl and in the freezer, and then I'm going to move right along to my root beer float popsicle recipe. Okay, so I'm all set up on this other side. I'm going to do the root beer float popsicles. So I've got my ice cream. Well, it's pretty well melted, guys. I probably could have got in here doing this sooner, but I'm having one of those days. I'm not even going to get into it, but I've had to make 1,002 phone calls having to do with insurance, and I am about to put my head through the window. I'm sorry, I always tell y'all too much. Anyway, so I just have a spoon here. I don't know. This might be a poop show. And I'm going to go ahead and hold my camera and try to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and fill up about, I don't know, like half with the ice cream. It looks like I'm going to need a little bit more to get to half. So I'm going to just put my camera down to do this part, you guys. I'm not going to get my tripod out. This deadline is like tomorrow. The playlist has already been put out, and I don't have Midlife and Nailing It does not have it together today, guys. So let me fill this up halfway, and then we'll pour the pop in. All right, guys. So I went ahead and filled them up halfway, and I do like how much I let my ice cream melt. Actually, it kind of worked in my favor. Went through the funnel pretty quickly. They're halfway filled, and so now I'm going to add the root beer. I am going to put my camera down for this, guys. I just am. That's what we're going to do for this one. Sorry. So the root beer, you got to pour really slow because it bubbles up quite a bit, and you got to like sit there and let it fall like back down a little bit and add more. So I'm going to go around and do all of them. So I'm adding it. I added a little too much here. See how it foams up? But that'll go down. I've got my little paper towel here because I might have gotten a little ambitious pouring some of the root beer. Anyways, you guys get the gist. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my little picks here, my popsicle picks is what I'll call them, in all of them, and get this in the freezer. And I will show you what these two popsicles look like. I'll probably, wipe all that off as I'm going. But I'll show you what the Dole, or what is it, pineapple, what the heck was it called, you guys? Whatever, you know what it was called, the pineapple one. And I will show you the root beer float one when they're set, and hopefully that will be by 9 o'clock tonight. It's 1 p.m. so I can get this video up in time. Oh my Lord, if I watch all this footage back and it's a poop show, you're probably not going to see it. This is my Dole Whip Pineapple, the Disney dupe popsicle. This is how it came out. You can see the little chunks of pineapple in there. I'm pretty excited about it. It's 11:30 at night. I don't have anyone in the world to try this one but me. Because everyone is in bed. My daughter's working. So I'm going to try it really quick, you guys. Oh, that's delicious. You guys, I'm not kidding. This is a must make. So good. So guys, the saddest thing happened with my root beer float ones. I tried to pull any of these out. Look what happened to all of them. So I don't know if I didn't do something right with these ones. Hers popped right out from the Pinterest person that I copied. Look at, they're horrible. My Dole ones are coming out and they're beautiful. I already showed you that one, see? Yeah, this is how they came out. So I don't know that I recommend the root beer ones. Normally I'd cut something like this out, but I mean, we might as well live in truth, right? I'm going to at least give it a try to tell you guys what I think. I mean, they taste good. They taste like a root beer float, basically. So at least with this mold, you're not going to have a good turnout for the root beer float popsicles, and quite frankly, they taste exactly like a root beer float, so why would you bother? I know kids like little popsicles and stuff, but I don't know that I recommend this one because you want your popsicle to, turn out like a popsicle. But I do highly recommend the Nutella one that I did and this Dole Pineapple one. Delicious, both of them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.